Hi guys, welcome back to Investor Prime TV. If you're new, make sure you subscribe and of course follow me on Insta at Investor Prime. I'm not a financial expert, but these are some of the ways that have helped improve my credit. In today's video, I'll be discussing with you credit scores and how you can improve your credit score or get a somewhat perfect score. A credit score is a value assigned to someone that reflects their credit worthiness. So basically, the higher the number, the better the credit worthiness of that person, and vice versa. The lower the number, the lower the credit worthiness of that person. So what that means is, if you're going to get something on finance like a mobile phone, car finance or mortgage, if you have a good credit rating, you're more likely to get approved of your credit, and also you're more likely to get a good interest rate on your credit. And on the flip side of that, if you have a bad credit score, then you're more likely to get declined on your credit. But if you don't get declined, then chances are you're more likely to get a high interest rate. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you 7 ways to improve your credit so that 1, you're more likely to get approved of credit, and 2, you're more likely to get that favorable interest rate on that credit. First of all, you need to be able to see your credit score and your credit file. So basically see what's been going on in your credit history. In order to do this, you need to sign up to a credit reference agency. Such credit reference agencies include Experian, ClearScore, Equifax, but of course they're not limited to that list. There's a whole variety of credit score agencies. A lot of them are free. So the first way to improve your credit score is to register to vote. You can do this on a government approved website. And if you're in the United Kingdom, this is the gov.co.uk. The reason this improves your credit score is that lenders are able to confirm your identity and your address. So the second way to improve your credit is to correct errors on your credit file. Such errors could include a default that's wrongfully assigned to your name. So when you fail to make payments on a finance agreement for a while, your account goes into default. And a default is very bad for your credit file, as it can stay there for 6 years. And if you have a default on your name, this is very bad for your credit score, as it will cause it to go down. So if you notice a default that you don't recognize, your credit file should tell you who assigned that default, i.e. the company name that assigned the default. So what you can do is you can contact this company and discuss with them, say you don't recognize this default, why was it assigned to yourself? So I'm going to give you an example of somebody I knew who had the default wrongfully assigned in their name. And what they did. So basically they took out a service with a broadband and telephone company to provide them internet. For 3 months they never received any internet service or telephone, but they were paying monthly for those 3 months as they signed a contract with the company, but the company never provided this service to them. So what they did is they decided, you know what, I'm gonna go with a different provider because I need internet and I need telephone. So as they had stopped paying for a service that they were not receiving, the company had decided to issue a default on their credit file. So once they noticed the default on their credit file, they decided to contact the company immediately to discuss why this default was put on their credit file. And after that, the company decided, you know what, we're going to investigate this. And after a couple of weeks, they received a letter from the company stating that it was the company's fault and they're going to remove the default from the credit file. So once this default was removed from the file, the credit score immediately went up. However, if you notice a default on your name that's rightfully been put there, what you can do is you can contact the company that's assigned this default and come up with a payment arrangement that's suitable for you and your financial situation. So the way this improves your credit file is lenders are able to see that despite you having a default in your credit file, you're willing to and you're able to rectify this by making regular payments. As people go through hardships at times, and it's understandable, so it's all about what you do next. So the third way to improve your credit score is make rental payments count. Traditionally, as you pay rent, it doesn't count towards your credit file. However, there's new systems that have been put in place that allow for your rental payments to count towards your credit file and credit report. These new systems allow certain companies to act as a credit reference agency. So whenever you make a rental payment, this counts towards your file as you show you are able to make regular payment. However, the only possible issue to this is that your landlord has to be registered to this scheme. So the fourth way to improve your credit is to get a credit card, in particular a credit score builder credit cards. I know this point might sound scary and counterintuitive as you hear a lot of horror stories of people getting into debt because of credit cards as they are not able to manage them. The way around this is to get a low balance credit card. So for instance, £200 or $200 and only spend up to 50%. So only spend up to £100 or $100. The reason for this is it shows lenders that you're not overly reliant on credit. So point number 5, which is an add-on to point number 4, is to close unwanted or unused credit cards. The reason for this is if you're not using any credit cards, or if there's credit cards you have that you've forgotten about, it's much easier for fraudulent acts to be carried out on the cards and you wouldn't notice. So the 6th way to improve your credit score is to pay on time. So if you're unable to pay the balance on time for whatever reason, make sure you contact the company in advance. Let them know you're unable to pay the balance. Explain the situation, why you're unable to pay that balance, and also see if you can arrange an alternative. The 7th way to improve your credit score is to avoid multiple searches in a short space of time. So basically, don't take out a phone contract, a car finance, a mortgage all in the same day. The reason for this is if there's multiple searches in your name in a short space of time, this would show lenders that you're heavily reliant on credit and you're a liability. I'm not a financial expert, but these are some of the ways that have helped improve my credit score and the credit scores of the people around me, and I'm sharing my knowledge with you guys in the hope that it helps improve your credit score. So if you enjoyed that video, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos, and I'll see you in the next video.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.